A father stood in the middle of the desert, holding a knife. Beside him lay his young son. And this was not murder. This was a command from Allah. But how did they reach this moment? And why is this story remembered by billions of Muslims thousands of years later? To understand Eid al-Adha, we have to go back to the life of one man, a man whose heart belonged completely to Allah. His name was Ibrahim, alayhi salam. Long before the Kaaba stood as we know it today, Ibrahim alayhi salam was already being tested, again and again. He was rejected by his own people, thrown into a massive fire, forced to leave his homeland. But every single time, Ibrahim alayhi salam chose Allah over everything else. And because of that, Allah chose him for one of the greatest tests in human history. For many years, Ibrahim alayhi salam had no children. He made dua for decades, and when he had become an old man, Allah finally blessed him with a son, Ismail alayhi salam. Imagine waiting your entire life to hear someone call you father. Ismail alayhi salam was not just a child. He was a miracle, a gift after years of patience. And Ibrahim alayhi salam loved him deeply. Beside him was Hajar alayhi salam, the mother who had already sacrificed so much for Allah. But then, one night, everything changed. Ibrahim alayhi salam saw a dream. And the dreams of prophets are not ordinary dreams. They are revelation from Allah. In the dream, Ibrahim alayhi salam saw himself sacrificing his own son, the very son he had waited his whole life for. Imagine the pain of that moment. Imagine waking up, knowing Allah had chosen you for this test. But Ibrahim alayhi salam did not ignore the command. He did not run away from it. Instead, he went to Ismail alayhi salam and told him the truth. And what Ismail alayhi salam said next is one of the most powerful moments in history. Ya abat, if'al ma tu'mar. O my father, do what you are commanded. You will find me, if Allah wills, among the patient. Think about that for a moment. A father willing to obey Allah. A son willing to trust Allah completely. This was not weakness. This was faith. Pure faith. And then, together, they began the walk toward the place of sacrifice. Step by step, Ibrahim alayhi salam moved closer to the hardest moment of his life. The desert was silent. No crowds. No one watching. Only a father, his son, and Allah. But Shaytaan knew what was happening. So he tried to stop Ibrahim alayhi salam. He whispered fear, doubt, hesitation. What kind of father would do this? But Ibrahim alayhi salam refused to listen. He picked up stones and threw them at Shaytaan. And this is why, during Hajj, Muslims still throw stones at the Jamarat today. Finally, they reached the place. And then, according to Islamic narrations, Ismail alayhi salam said something heartbreaking. He told his father, "Tie my hands tightly, so I do not move, and turn your face away from me, so it becomes easier for you to fulfill the command of Allah." Imagine hearing those words from your own son. Ismail alayhi salam then lay down peacefully, and Ibrahim alayhi salam raised the blade. His heart was heavy, but his faith never shook. And just as the blade was about to fall, Allah called out, "O Ibrahim, you have fulfilled the vision. And suddenly, everything changed. Allah never intended for Ismail alayhi salam to be sacrificed. He wanted to see what was in Ibrahim alayhi salam's heart. He wanted to know, who do Ibrahim alayhi salam love more? This world or Allah? Allah already knew what was inside Ibrahim alayhi salam's heart. But this moment would become a lesson for all of humanity until the end of time. Then, Allah sent down a ram from Jannah to be sacrificed in Ismail's place. And from that day forward, Qurbani became a symbol of obedience, trust, and sacrifice for Muslims around the world. This is why Muslims celebrate Eid al-Adha today. Not because of the animal, but because of what the sacrifice represents. As Allah says in the Quran, "It is not their meat nor their blood that reaches Allah, but your piety reaches Him." Qurbani is not about the meat. It is about the state of your heart. It is about putting Allah before your desires, before your fears, before everything else. And that is also why Muslims share Qurbani meat with family, neighbors, and the poor, so nobody is forgotten on Eid. Eid al-Adha is not just the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam. It is the story of trust, trusting Allah, even when the test is painful. And maybe that is why this story still lives in the hearts of billions today. So this Eid, when you see the Qurbani, remember Ibrahim alayhi salam. Remember Ismail alayhi salam. And ask yourself, what am I willing to sacrifice to become closer to Allah? May Allah accept our good deeds and sacrifices. Ameen. Until next, keep learning, keep exploring. Assalamu alaikum.